Welcome to this video on configuring a qGame SCORM package. In this video, we'll explore a 5-step recipe for configuring a qGame SCORM package. The recipe consists of 5 steps. Download the SCORM package, unzip the package, edit the imsmanifest.xml file, update the quiz includer file, and finally, zip the package. Step 1. Download the SCORM package. Begin by browsing and downloading the desired game. Keep in mind that if you are copying a Canvas shell from a previous semester, any SCORM packages you set up will simply propagate with the shell, so this step won't be necessary. The first step to creating a customized qGame SCORM package is to start by selecting and downloading a generic copy of the SCORM package that you want. I may change the links a little bit as I develop the seminar, but basically I'll have a link that provides the list of qGame downloads. And let's do asteroids. And we want one of the SCORM packages. And here's the zipped up SCORM package. So let's go ahead and right click and download that. And I'm just going to put it on my computer desktop. You could create a folder if you'd like to organize a repository for these. But I'm just going to drop it right on the desktop. And there it is. This is a full SCORM package. We could actually just turn around and upload it and install it as is, but you'll get whatever the sample question bank is that I've packaged originally with the SCORM package and not the custom term definition file that you've created. The other thing is it'll come in with the default name, and we'll learn shortly that we probably want to customize the name so that if you wanted to have multiple versions of the game with different question files in the same course, it wouldn't be confusing to the instructor as to which copy of it are we referencing. So there we are. That's it for step 1. Step 2, unzip the package. In Windows, simply right-click on the zipped folder and select Extract All. In step 2, we have to unzip the SCORM package that we downloaded so that we can modify some of the files in the package, and that's done very simply in Windows. One way we can do that is right-click on the zipped file folder wherever we've placed that and tell it Extract All. Unless we change the file path in that same location, it's going to create an unzipped copy. And so here we have the zipped and unzipped copy. And we'll discard this one later, or we'll move it or rename it, get it out of the way, because when we're done configuring, we're going to zip it back up. That's it for step 2. Step 3, edit the imsmanifest.xml file. You may want to have multiple copies of the same game with different question banks in the same course. Edit the title tags in the imsmanifest file to give each package a unique name. All right, for step 3, we're going to open our unzipped folder containing our SCORM package, and we're going to edit the imsmanifest.xml file. And this is an optional step, but one you'll probably want to take. So I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to open this with a simple text editor, say Notepad. Want a plain text editor, whatever preference you have is fine, but it needs to be a plain text editor. And I'm going to come in here and look for the title tags, one under the organizational identifier and one under the item identifier. I just named them both the same, but I would change these so that they reflect the contents. So that if you have multiple copies of the same game, so we might have the asteroids game used 2 or 3 different times during a semester, but each one might have a different term definition file. So let's give this one asteroids example seminar, call it workshop questions. And I'll just take that whole line there, or the organizational title, we'll put that under the identifier as well. And save it. And that's it. So I haven't updated the term definition file. I still have the default question bank, but that is going to change the identifier so that when I upload the SCORM package into Canvas, I can uniquely identify it by the assignment number or the week or the unit, however I name that, so that it's really easy to identify and not confusing. Step 4, update the quiz.enc file. Each qGame has a quiz encoder screen available by pressing F12 from the purchase credits screen. Paste your term definition file here to encode it. Copy and paste the encoded text into the quiz.enc file. In this step, I'm ready to customize the qGame SCORM package with the term definition file that I've created. So I'm going to come over to our sample term definition files that we've created for this seminar. And let's grab this version. And I've opened it up by default in Notepad, clean text editor. I'm just going to say Control A to select everything and Control C to copy it. So I've got that in the clipboard. I'm done there. And now I can put that folder away, and we come into our unzipped SCORM package that we're customizing and come into the HTML5 game directory, and there is the quiz encoded file that we're going to update. So we need to take that plain text file and we encode that. So how will we do that? Well, as it turns out, every qGame SCORM package, every qGame has a secret screen for the instructor, and so you could if you don't have one, you could upload and install just the generic SCORM package. Let's go, I'll grab Breakout and open it up, click on it, and hit F12. And this takes me to the encoder screen. And now I can Control V to paste the original clear text that was in the clipboard. And let's see, we've got an extra line at the bottom. Let me show you, that's going to generate an error when we say convert. It says, oh, incorrect number of tab limiters in line 16. That's the bottom line. Line appears too short. So it's telling us what's wrong. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that trailing line, tell it convert. And now we've got a encoded version. Now this is encoded, it's not encrypted. It's not terribly challenging for knowledgeable computer scientists to decode this again, but it does protect us against a student who's a little bit savvy from just casually inspecting to see the question and answer files, which would kind of take the fun out of the game. And I'm going to Control A to select the entire encoded content and Control C to copy it. And we're done with that now. And let's come back over to our SCORM package in the HTML5 directory, the quiz.enc. That's the encoded version that's already there. And let's just go ahead and open it with, let's say, Notepad. And I'll Control A to select the old contents and Control V to paste the new encoded contents from the clipboard. File, save, and close that. And now we're done making all of the modifications we want to make to our SCORM package. And so in the next step, we'll just have to zip it back up, and then we're ready to upload the SCORM package into our learning management system, such as Canvas. Step 5, zip the package. Delete, move, or rename the original .zip package to get it out of the way. Then, zip the updated package again, and your SCORM activity is ready to upload. All right, so having finished all the modifications and configuration for our SCORM package, let's go up to the top level of the folder. Here, I have it on the desktop. So here is our folder that we've got the contents in that we just customized. Here's the old zip file that we originally downloaded. I don't want to be confused by that, and I've got other copies of it, so I'm just going to delete that and get it out of the way. And now I'm ready to take this folder and zip it back up because SCORM packages are zip files. I'll right-click on it in Windows and tell it to send it to a compressed file folder. And there it is. There's our zipped up, modified SCORM package ready to go. And then optionally, if you're done modifying that, and you could either archive that or get rid of the unarchived or the unzipped folder. I'm just going to delete it and get it out of the way. And here is our package ready to upload into Canvas. And once there, we can assign it as an assignment and link it in and start having the students play with it. Thank you for viewing this activity.